Welcome to another live. Today we are talking about the Florida Panther. We had a really good live Friday on my other channel, or Saturday on my other channel. We've had two really good lives. I'm hoping tonight is just as good. I don't know what'll come of it. Yeah. So, lots of stuff going on. I think I owe you guys an update on the channel. Just uno momento on that. If it comes up. Nope, that's the wrong channel. I did make 673 subscribers on the other channel, which is awesome. But we also made 83 subscribers on this channel just within the last, I think, 24 hours, something like that. And then the last video that we did on this channel, I'm a little bit surprised by. We didn't have the views that I was hoping to get on it, but we did get a like, so I will take that like. On the other channel, we made 600, I want to say 73. Yeah, 673 as of this morning. So I will also take that. Okay, so we are talking about the Florida Panther. If you don't know what that is, the Florida Panther is a subspecies of mountain lion or cougar or puma or whatever word you want to use for it. Now, they are very different from some of the other cats, some of the other mountain lions that we have in the United States. They are, however, one of the only populations of cougar, whatever name you want to call it, east of the Mississippi, according to everything I've read. Now, they are down to only 5% of their historic range, which not really cool. Could not find them on the IUCN Red Book list. Maybe I just did not dig down far enough. That could be. Their conservation status, at least in North America. Hello, whoever else is in live. Welcome, welcome. Remember, if you can't get in or can't see chat, look up in the upper, I think it's the upper right corner of your phone and click open an app and it should bring you in and let you chat. No, not according to what I've read. Everything says no. Now, that being said, animals sometimes throw us for a loop. Because there have been sightings of Florida Panthers in Georgia. So, yeah. So, the Florida Panther is down to just 120 to 230 mature individuals. It is confined to southwest Florida and up into parts of Georgia. Maybe. A few scattered sightings, mostly males, I think. There are some. It would be, except are they making it up there? That's the question. And north could also be Florida. So these guys live in the southwest of Florida. And again, it is supposed to be the only mountain lion population east of the Mississippi. So I could only find 3 zoos that have Florida Panthers. So if there are more, let me know in the comments. I have the Zoo Tampa, which has 3 Florida Panthers. The Palms Beach Zoo that has 1. Palm Beach Zoo actually has 2 species of mountain lion or cougar, whatever name you want to give it. But only one of them is a Florida Panther, and the other is not a Florida Panther. Believe it is from Idaho. And then the Naples Zoo, they actually have a Florida Panther that was injured or was born with birth defects. And they gave it a home. So kudos to them. Also, the Tallahassee Museum has at least 1 cougar on display. So, what is being done to save this animal? So, just a little bit more about this animal. Most of the females of the Florida Panther, and I'm not sure if this is a Florida Panther or if it's just a mountain lion, but yeah. Most of the okay. I did not know that. So that's good news. But are they Florida Panthers or are they just mountain lion? Because we're going for the Florida Panther. So these cats do exist outside of this particular area, but south of Lake Okeechobee. Okay, cool. Is where most of your births in the wild are going to be taking place. Now, you should also know that Florida Panthers are an apex predator within their ecosystems. And there are a couple others that we should mention, like the American crocodile and the American crocodile, American alligator, black bear. So they do share their habitat with other predators. So what are some threats? What is happening to these animals that is not good? And I did not remove everything from our last video on this channel, evidently. Okay, so some things that are going on with them include a disorder that, to the best of my knowledge, has not been identified. Habitat loss, because Florida is constantly under development. And so, even though they're protected under the Endangered Species Act, the developments don't seem to do a whole lot in their favor. Hello, welcome to my live. If you are new and you're just on your phones, in the upper right corner, you should see a thing that says open an app. If you click on that, it should bring you into the live and you can participate that way. Or if you're on your TVs, you may not be able to do it at all. So there is that. As I said at the beginning of the live, they are down to basically 5% of their historic range. So not very good. Their main threat is by car versus Florida Panther collisions. Inbreeding is a huge threat. Mercury poisoning, as well as diseases like feline leukemia. Now, what in the world is being done to save these animals? And there is quite a bit, but we're going to cover some things, and then I may have to get back in and do some hunting. But license plate sales, believe it or not, they sell license plates in Florida with the Florida Panther on it. Right. And that would be Miko. You can donate and get a license plate. The cost of the license plate goes directly to research and management of the Florida Panther. They collar some of their cats, and that lets them track them throughout the state of Florida. That's okay. They monitor populations so that they know when a death occurs. So if it stops moving for a while, they go in and they check and see where it's at, what's up. And they also keep track as much as they can of the births. So this animal is on the federal endangered species list and probably also on the Florida state list. So that's really cool. Again, a lot of education going on at zoos and other facilities like the Tallahassee Museum. They are working on reducing the inbreeding. And one of the things that they did was they actually introduced, I think it was 5 panthers, 5 cougars from Texas. Introduce them in because you got to think the limit to their range, to the Florida Panther range, was about Louisiana. So Louisiana, Texas, yeah. They definitely probably mixed a little bit here and there. So by doing that, they introduce new genes into the ecosystems. They are also, well, but you got to remember though, even during wild times, the animals don't understand maps, and so they find ways. And yes, it might dilute some of those genes, but they're close enough that it also puts fresh cougar blood into the mix. And I'll talk about that more a little bit later. They want to restore genetic vitality to the offspring and restore the population's genetic diversity. 8 female Texas pumas were released into Florida for exchange of genetic material. They are not trying to wipe out the Florida Panther DNA. Rather, they are trying to recreate the blending of genes that would have happened before white man stepped in and made a mess of things. Now, I also read that none of those Texas pumas are still in the wild today. I'm not sure how much captive breeding goes on with this animal. I'm sure there's some. Next, they do sometimes go in when they tag or investigate I almost said cheetah. When they investigate a cougar, they will also check to make sure that they do a basic health exam, meaning they take blood. They will check for the overall body, making sure that there aren't lumps or growths. See if it's a female, if it's pregnant, stuff like that. They will also vaccine against feline leukemia. Now, unfortunately, that is a disease that can be passed amongst domestic cats and wild cats. Now, sadly, in 1992, it was projected that this species could go extinct in just 24 years. Not the best forecast you want to hear about a species. That 24-year mark was 2016, by the way. So evidently that one did not come true. But what sort of worries me is coming up in 2055. We have a lot of time between now and then. And so who knows what could happen? We need to make sure that if you live in Florida, that you're putting pressure on the government in Florida to maintain populations, to maintain that development is kept at bay, because that's going to be major. There needs to be a corridor set up so that these animals can get from point A to point B without a lot of road crossings. Because that's where you see a lot of deaths. And now they do sometimes get shot. I saw one from this year that was hit by a train. So most of it is going to be collisions. Now, I did not see any bursts for this year. That may be because, the cats are a little bit secretive. Or perhaps there just hasn't been any bursts. So that there are some concerns out there. So they did end up with, well, right. Um, one of the things that they see in the animals that are inbred, crooked tails, heart problems, and reproductive issues. And so that release of those Texas pumas, exactly, it helped to increase their genetic fitness. Because they ended up with at least 20 kittens from that. So, no, I don't know. I like to call it a win. So they will breed from December to March, and then around March and June, they then give birth to between 2 to 3 kittens. So they don't have a lot of ground. One of the things that they're trying to do is to get a network of protected, connected public and private lands so that the animals have a place where they can hunt and breed. Because every animal has a, usually what you see with mountain lions is the male will have his territory. Guys, I'm going to be bad. I hope. So quite often what you'll see, and I'll show you this in a second when I'm done drawing. I don't think they are monogamous. Male cats, the only one that I don't know, male cats just don't seem to be. Okay. So I'm thinking, and I could be wrong, but you have a male territory, and then what a lot of times will happen is you'll have several females who share his territory, and a lot of times only come together to mate. Now, I don't know if that's exactly right, but as always, I am not going to lie to you. I'm going to check it out. because it doesn't do me any good to lie to you. Right? That's the way I see it anyway. Uh, it says they don't, but there's no way. Well, that's what I thought. They have to overlap. So a male will require a territory size of about 150 to 200 square miles. Females will have territories of around 80 square miles. Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't know where they got that information, but it's wrong. They do overlap. And they can even overlap with other females as well. And there could even be some overlapping, perhaps, of other males, like there might be more than one male close by. And so a female might share her territory with more than one male. That's also possible. And then they just get together when it's time to mate and hopefully produce kittens. Because they are territorial. So now there's only 2 wildcats in Florida. That is the bobcat and the panther. Usually I don't get into a lot of talk about differences. Some of them have you may see Florida Panthers have white specks of white in the coat, and those are actually caused by tick bites. Some of them will have a kink in the tail, and that's another sign. They have an if you're looking at just the skull, experts can tell you species apart just by looking at the skull. the nose or the nasal cavities are higher up on a non-Florida Panther. Did I read that wrong? I think I read that wrong. The nasal bones are highly arched, giving it a profile of a more rounded appearance. So I think we talked about this before. These animals have many different names, depending upon where you live. If you're in the Rockies, you probably call them mountain lions. On the southern and eastern United States, you may call them panthers or painters. If you're in New England, it's catamount, which is cat of the mountain. So there are different names for them depending upon where you live. If you are talking, if you're talking with biologists, they're probably not going to tell you that they're probably not going to use Florida Panther when they're talking amongst themselves. It's probably going to be Panther. Maybe. Cougars might actually be also Eastern United States. It depends where you're from. It really does. These are, by the way, the second largest big cat in North America. The largest ones is the jaguar. And yes, in places, their range does overlap. So in some places you get jaguar and puma living sort of side by side. Upcoming stuff, because that's about where I'm at. Seems like Sundays, some Sundays I'm really productive, and other Sundays I just don't want to do anything. And this is one of those Sundays where I want to be productive, but no, not nearly as much. We were supposed to do, I think it was predators or carnivores of North and South America. I don't think that's gonna happen, at least right now. But on the other channel, we have Layers in the Rainforest, August 22nd, which is going to be Thursday. We are doing Herbivores of Asia and Africa on this channel. The 23rd of August, we are doing Altapano. The 24th is going to be Brookfield Zoo, Zoo to Do. The 25th is Insect Eaters in the Collection. So that's going to be an interesting one because I say so. So that's what is coming up in the very, very near future. Just a reminder, we are sitting so close to 83 subscribers. Or we're at 83 subscribers right now. I would love to see us make it to 100 before the end of September. But if you are new to this channel, please, by all means, give it a like, because who doesn't like mountain lions? They're pretty amazing creatures. Unless you have questions or comments or anything like that, now is the time to throw out your questions and comments and whatnot. Just wish there were more of you in here. Where is my dude? I feel like he left us again high and dry. I was making such progress. Darn it. Carol, what were your questions about? I see question marks. I'm not sure what, where, or when. I'm just like not. I have to film. I have shorts that I need to finish. I have videos that I need to film. But yeah, I don't know if I was supposed to. Oh, I moved it. I moved it to November 10th. And there's no sense in doing. No, we were supposed to, and something happened and we didn't. But I'm looking at this and it says November 21st, Asian herbivores in my collection. I don't know. Oh, well. Maybe it's better to split them up like that. I don't know. In case I skip something. Yeah. I have a few. Babirusa, the rhinos. Excuse me for a second. The elephant, the camels, I should say. Where? Oh, come on. Wild boar. Yeah, I do have a few. Most of, not a lot for Africa, but Asia has quite a few. Yeah, there's quite a few. I mean, Africa doesn't have as many actually, but oh, that's where I'm at. Guys, if you are subscribed and you're not coming in the lives, you are missing out. And if you can't get in the lives, let me know somehow. Put it into the comments of a video and I will try and fix it if I can. But don't let it slip by thinking, well, he just doesn't know or he's ignoring the issue. No, let me know if there's an issue with it, let me know. Yes. And if you're from the other channel and you feel like, well, we can't cross over, yes, you can. You can most certainly do both channels. Because this one is not as time consuming. I don't think anyway. Guys, it says there are 3 of you in here and there's only 1 like. So either you can't like it from the TV or something. By the way, just so you are aware, we had 11 views on the last big video. They're not getting the love that I thought they would. Like the last big one that we had was the thresher shark. Well, because the other people aren't chatting for whatever reason. We had 71 views. Looks, L-O-U-S. L-O-U-S. I'm not sure, Carol. There are 3. It's showing 3 people in live. I have no idea. 107 views on other animals from the Himalayas. And then the last live only got, oh my gosh. Why am I so bad? Somebody's got to tell me when these lives are not public. Because, like, seriously? It's okay. We're going to be ending soon anyway. So if you want to go, you can go. Thanks for coming, Carol. I'm just sitting here, honestly, fixing my mistakes. I mean, I don't have anybody coming in. But I discovered that I had 4 or 5 lives that are set on private. I have no idea. I'm going to have to do that on the computer. Anyway, guys, have a great evening. I'm going to let you go so I can get some work done. See you on whatever day it is that I see you next. On this channel, I will see you Thursday. And then if you want to come and join me Tuesday nights, join me on Tuesday nights. Be kind. Remember to never give up on yourself and always keep learning. And I will see you in the next one. Goodbye. Goodbye.